Today's episode of the Grab My Banner podcast will feature an interview with Apex Legends Global Series Pro Finicki. We talked to him about everything under the sun, including competitive Apex, how it works, how fun it is, how stressful it can be, all the fun stuff. We also go into a discussion about the possible pay-to-play in Ranked that came up in some tweets earlier this week, and then we will get into gambling. Don't forget to leave us a review. Without further ado, let's get into the show. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Grab My Banner podcast, episode number 39. And boys, Kyle finally hit the shot. It took a long time, but Kyle has finally hit the shot.
It was the last game of our games, and I hit it. Randomly.
It was the last kill in the last game of the last match where you happened to fucking steal my kill during it. That's what happened.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't really want it any other way. Stealing your kill just feels so much better doing it with a 360 no-scope.
Yeah, maybe for you, I missed my fucking kill line.
Either way, the Dragon Riders can rejoice. The shot has finally been hit. It's up there, but it's not completely out of the clear for the Dragon Riders because the interview we have with Finicki this week, it sounded like he wanted to throw his hat in the ring, potentially maybe go for a run here at these Dragon Riders, but we're just going to have to see how they talk. We're going to have to see how they respond because, you know, they were starved for so long, and now they finally have it, but is it enough is the question for the Dragon Riders.
I hope it's enough for the Dragon Riders. If not, listen, I'm completely down with an election as long as we do trick shots, as many trick shots as you can get in a week between me and whoever.
Well, the Dragon Riders can rejoice for now. They did finally get their wish, the 360. It's up on Twitter. You got to check it out. For the other two factions, I mean, they're just as starved. I mean, the Workhorses, haven't heard a peep from the Workhorses. And the Direwolves, I thought there was going to be a lot more Direwolves. And I'm kind of upset that there's not more. Maybe they're just kind of in hiding right now.
We don't see the need to separate the individual from the whole.
Okay.
We move as the pack, and you know what? I'm throwing this out there. The past 2-3 weeks, I have the highest win percentage out of the entire podcast.
Okay.
As far as wins go, and that just goes to show what the Dragon Riders cannot do is have the wins to go with their flashy plays.
What the fuck is this guy talking about? I had 9 wins last week.
Yeah, how many did you have this week?
How many did you have this week?
It don't fucking matter.
You had 3.
You
had 3 fucking wins this week.
How many times did you buy the Spitfire first round?
I actually bought it 1 time.
No, you.
So hold on. The leader of the
swear,
workhorses isn't even being a workhorse?
No, yeah. Here's what happened: is I got bored.
Did you get concussed with
on
the blind
God.
guy?
Oh, you got
I got
bored.
bored, dude. I got bored because I was just dominating all the fucking Dragon Riders and all of the fucking what was you're the dog one, whatever dog thing you are. You're all the fucking stray dogs, all the stray dogs, all the Dragon Riders. Everybody who's coming to my lobby, I was just fucking. And so I was like, man, I really got to start picking up something that's more difficult because I have no challenge. That's when I started struggling. I actually almost exclusively played the bow in later rounds this week. And it was awesome. I have to say, it was fun. Did it get the job done? No, it did not. No, it did not.
So I think we have a closet direwolf here. One who's willing to...
I'm a closet Dragon Rider.
Well, I was going to say, I thought it was a closet Dragon Rider.
He said... Because he still wants wins. That's the thing. He's not caring about the flashy play.
I gave up on it, man. Like, it's more fun.
Wow.
It's more fun to hit that headshot from across the map with the bow. I have to say, man, I'm kind of coming to the light. I'm really sorry, Workhorses. I'm going to have to say I resigned from my position as the head of the Workhorses. I'm going to join the ranks of the Dragon Riders.
The Dragon Riders got a new boy in the build.
I can't believe
this. If anybody here has seen the fucking 360 no-scope that Kyle pulled off on the last motherfucking game of the last motherfucking match of the last round to get the flawless motherfucking victory.
We out here.
Oh my goodness. Listen, if there's anything that would make you hard, it would be that. Please
this is disgusting.
Take that in. I'm giving up on you guys. The Workhorses, I respect what you do, but fuck y'all. I'm a Dragon Rider for life.
This is truly one of the greatest backstabbings in all of history.
Fucking squeak.
This is one of
Let's
the
go.
greatest backstabbings in all of history, Brian. And listen, I love the workhorses, Dragon Riders, and Direwolves. I'm still a free agent here, but after seeing that is just that's political suicide here at this table. What he just did.
You know what that means? That means the Dragon Riders just look a whole lot better, baby. They look good.
Let's go, baby.
Hold
Heavy
on a
hitters
second.
all
Hold
round.
on a second. I don't know if that makes him look
I
any
don't.
better.
I don't know if that makes him look
He
better
won,
when they have
what,
backstabber.
3 games this week?
Oof.
Hey, listen.
I
That's
got
all that matters.
Let me-
I got my
just-
first game
we
that
look-
was
how many-
almost 3,000 damage with the bow. That,
Yeah,
it
but how
was
many
so
kills?
Fun. I don't know. I think that was 6 kills that game.
So
6 or
6 of
7.
your total 15 this week.
Yeah, I'm dude. It took some practice, man. Like it's hard to be flashy. It's
15
hard to be flashy and good.
It's hard. It's hard
That's
to
a
look this
fact.
good.
It's hard to be flashy and good.
So what about when you're neither, Troy? What about you?
Well, dude, I am good. That's why I had to transition out of being a workhorse because it just wasn't fun to put all these fucking stray dogs in the dirt like I was. All you need to know if you're listening to this right now is that the workhorses are officially disbanded.
Hold on one second.
wow.
I am going to temporarily fill in the workhorse spot
Holy
until I can find
Not the-
a
You're
replacement.
You're not.
No, I
jumping on
have
that
to do it.
Spitfire gang.
I have to do it because here's the thing.
Listen,
There is
yeah.
a place in the world for workhorses. There is a place in the world for casual players who just want to get results, and that's what the workhorses were founded on. If I have to use the Spitfire for a week or two, that's fine with me until I can find a replacement.
Not a true workhorse.
Imagine.
I mean, here's what I loved about the workhorses. I respect their desire to win. I respect that. And I don't think any other clan here has more of a respect for winning than the workhorses do. And that's how they have fun. So I will stay in here for now, and I guess I'm gonna have to buy the Spitfire round 1 for the next week. We'll see
Holy
how that
shit.
goes. Until I can find
Let me up your
replacement.
lines.
Yeah, you better
I-
up
yeah.
those lines, baby.
So at home, get ready. We're trying to find a new workhorse leader, and for now, I will fill in. Plus, I mean, we can't get rid of the workhorse memes on Twitter. We just can't. Like every single time I see something workhorse related, like that guy who was juggling 3 peaches and was taking a bite out of each one. How are we supposed to get rid of that energy
we can't.
on the pod? We can't. We can't make up.
We
That guy
gotta-
just wins.
we gotta roll
okay?
together.
So I will fill in for now. Let's move into the Raise Energy question of the week. Don't forget to head on down to reppsports.com, Rep Sports, where you can use code BANNER for 15% off all Raise Energy products. This week's Raise Energy question is very, very interesting, and I'm extremely excited to do this one. I've got about 50 on my card right now. Everybody has their favorite movies. Let's face it. Since 1996, the number one moneymaker in the United States has been the entertainment industry. Before that, it was, fucking, I don't know, industrial stuff. But since 1996, movies, TV shows, entertainment, all forms of it has become the USA's number one moneymaker. So with that being said, we are going to replace a star in their star movie with a legend and see how it fits. Boys?
One of the most fun experiences I've had in the movies was watching Inglourious Bastards. That movie makes me crack up. Awesome action, tons of laughs. Like the movie is a blast to watch. But when I see Brad Pitt in that role, I can't help but think I think Fuse would have done it better. So
That is a great one.
That is a great pick.
I'm going to put Fuse in the role of Brad Pitt in the movie Inglourious Bastards.
Now, I had another role for Fuse, and this one I think is also very interesting because it just fits. Fuse as the captain in Jaws. The captain of the ship
Fuck
in
yeah,
Jaws.
dude.
That'd be so
That's
good.
the best.
Bro, he
Showing
did-
off all his scars.
showing off his scars, singing weird
Show
songs.
me the way to go.
Yep, exactly.
I had Fuse as Indiana Jones.
That is a great one
that
too.
would be so great.
You could pretty much replace Fuse with any Harrison Ford movie
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
at all.
Yeah.
You really could.
Fuse as fucking Han
Han
Solo.
Solo.
All
Yeah.
of them, bro. Fuse definitely fits in.
All right,
all of
I
those
got a
good
dope
roles.
one that I want to get out here. Okay, I have Watson as Emma Swan from Pirates of the Caribbean.
That is a
Oh
goodie.
my
Isn't that solid,
goodness.
though?
That's fucking solid.
Any
That's a
movie-
layup,
Listen,
dude.
The Flying Dutchman has a different meaning.
I know,
true.
right?
Any
True.
movie that has some sort of gigantic octopus, Watson can fit in it. But this one,
True.
it fits perfectly.
More
100%.
more like fit on it.
I had one for Step Brothers, Mirage, and Pathfinder.
Oh,
I just find that to
That'd
be
be
very
so
That'd be
interesting.
so hilarious. Which one? Wait, which one's which though? Which one's
Bro,
what?
So
Oh,
this
which
is what I
one's
needed
that?
help figuring out.
Okay.
Dude,
I think Pathfinder should be John C. Reilly, and
Yeah.
Mirage should be.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I have another tag team of Lifeline and Octane as the two main characters from Shaun of the Dead. Now, Shaun of the Dead is a great movie. They have two best friends. Octane is the stupid fat one, and then Lifeline is the one who has his head
great.
more on his shoulder. Sean. Lifeline is
Yeah.
Sean, and then
I could see
Octane
it.
is the stupid guy who.
Yeah.
I was gonna spoil the movie, but I won't.
I could
'Cause
totally
you got
see it.
you got to watch
You
that.
gotta watch
movie.
it. It's fucking funny.
That's a great movie.
I agree. How about Caustic as Anthony Hopkins' role in Silence of the Lambs?
That's solid.
Playing
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter, eating some people's
I ate his
livers
liver with some
with
fava
fava
beans.
oh boy! I can see it, man.
There you
I
go.
can totally see
I
it.
like that. What were
Oh,
you
I
saying?
actually got one. It does involve Fuse, but it is a twofer.
Okay,
It's
shoot.
Fuse and Mirage.
Mm.
So Fight Club,
Yeah.
the two
Ooh,
personalities
that'd
of
be
the
good.
guy, each played
Well,
by
who's,
different
who's
ones.
Brad Pitt and who's the other dude?
So Brad Pitt's the badass one, right?
Yeah,
It's gotta
yeah,
be
yeah.
Fused.
So Fuse is Brad Pitt, without
Okay,
a doubt.
Fuse, Brad Pitt,
And the other dude, the wimpy ass one,
Is
is
Mirage.
fucking Mirage. I feel like that'd
That's
be just
fucking
a
gold.
golden set.
That would
Yeah,
be
that'd
good.
be gold.
100%,
That
man.
would be good. I got another twofer as well, but this one's kind of interesting because it's not friend and friend. It's friend versus foe. I have Gibraltar replacing Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator, and then I have Bloodhound as Predator.
That was yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really good.
That'd be dope.
Bathe in the blood.
So I have Revenant as Terminator, but only in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's actually trying to kill her.
It's been so long since I've seen Terminator that I wasn't sure like if it ended up if Arnold ended up being like a good guy or bad
Arnold
guy.
is a good guy from 2 on, but in the very
He's a
first
bad
one,
guy?
he's fucking trying to
Okay,
murder her.
I need to rewatch that movie. I haven't watched it in a long
Yeah,
time.
it's a good one.
I had a few for Rev, actually. I had Revenant as Darth Vader, just a savage.
Yeah.
I was thinking about making him the Emperor, because the Emperor's more of a savage.
I feel like Darth Vader fits him a little bit better.
Yeah, it does fit him. And then, because Revenant did have, like, a human side before, and so I just kind of felt like it really fit. And then I also had Revenant as the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, that works too.
True, I could see that.
Because Revenant does have a lot of, like, witty quips for the people that he hates,
Yeah, he
which
does.
Joker also does. That's
Yeah,
how
for
I
sure.
saw that one fit.
Can we just, if we're going to the Batman references, can we just throw out that Caustic needs to play Bane?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Dude,
I
he's
fucking-
got to play Bane.
100%. Yes.
Troy, you know who
Bane.
Bane is,
Yeah,
right?
I do. I always saw Caustic as the Penguin, but I could see.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Bane would
that,
be solid,
okay, that's
too.
not bad.
Caustic could be a lot of villains.
Although
Since-
I
Good.
don't think there's one that Caustic fits better than Hannibal Lecter.
Since we're doing Batman references, I had Loba as Poison Ivy.
You just want to
Yeah.
see her dressed like
Yeah,
that.
I do.
Fuck,
I do too.
yeah, I do
That's
wanna
like
see her dressed
Loba
like that.
cosplaying as Poison Ivy.
That would be hot.
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking.
For Caustic, I had the Jigsaw from Saw. Just
okay.
constructing those games is something he
yeah.
would be very good at.
Absolutely.
And it's something that we've cultivated on this show pretty well.
Very
Yes,
well.
definitely.
Including last week when Troy said he would get arrested for a parking violation, and then after the parking violation, he would be found with 100 orphans in a U-Haul van.
That's true.
So those are just the games he plays.
Yeah, honestly.
Kyle, I don't know the name of this person in the movie. I
What
don't.
movie?
American Pie.
The
The
one
main
who fucks the
character?
pie?
Yes, the main character, the one who fucks the
I
pie.
can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Bro, that's Mirage. That's fucking Mirage. That's Mirage right there.
100%.
Like I don't even know what to. I immediately when I saw it, I go, "That's him," and I wasn't even thinking that at first. I was thinking Ferris Bueller was Mirage, and then I saw the fucking pie. I was like, "No,
I
Mirage
totally-
is fucking the pie,
Yeah.
Dude, the second you said that, I just remembered him fucking the pie, and
Bro.
I forgot about that.
fucking the pie, the
Dude.
peanut butter with the dog."
Yeah.
Like,
The whole night.
Aw.
That dude was just horny
That's
beyond.
art,
He was a
man.
Midas level horny.
Yeah, he was Midas.
He was
level.
He walked so Midas
Down-
could run.
Down
Bro,
so bad.
Midas.
Down so bad.
Oh,
Dude,
laying
yeah.
the
if that
foundation.
guy was alive during this age,
Oh,
he would
jeez.
never see the light of day.
No, it wouldn't. How about The Rock's character in Moana, played by Gibralter?
That'd be
Perfect.
solid.
Dude,
Perfect.
That's it.
I
dude,
could see it, man.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Dude,
perfect.
He could fit
fits
into
right in.
any rock role, really.
Any rock
True.
roll, yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Standing
That-
tall, fucking Gibraltar's this and that, you know.
In a
Fast and
similar.
Furious.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious,
Oh,
Gibraltar.
hold on.
Oh.
Speaking of Fast and Furious, I had Rampart as Dom Toretto's girl.
Oh,
Like the
really,
one that's
man?
always with him. Because
Yeah.
she's got
Oh, yeah.
like that hard-nosed attitude. But
Yeah.
then she's like, yeah, but bang me. So like,
Yeah. Oh, no, Xanadu, but bang.
yo, you guys see the new trailer for the new Fast
It looks
movie?
Bro,
serious.
I was
Bro,
laughing
fucking-
my ass
Me
off.
too. Like they've turned it into something so crazy,
Dude,
and it used to be
literally-
such a sick series at
Oh
the
my God,
beginning.
I
bro.
loved it. The first two.
First of all, as soon
The
as
first
they
two are
became
great.
secret agents, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, that happens in the first one, though, right?
No.
Like,
No.
Paul
No.
Walker's the agent, and
He's
He's
a cop.
yeah.
He's
He's
just
an
a cop.
undercover cop.
Yeah.
No, they became secret agents. In the
oh,
last
okay. So
one.
you're
But
differentiating.
dude,
that.
like
Yeah.
the moment I watched that, I just watched the Conjuring like
Yeah.
the other day, and I saw the trailer for Fast 9 or F9, whatever the fuck they want to call it, Fast and Furious 9.
It's the same shit.
And so the dude drives off the fucking cliff, and the dude hits the cement block in a car, which would not work. Goes up the cement block, catches the rope on the bottom of the car, takes the momentum he has, swings himself to the other fucking island.
dude. In the last, I think it was the last Fast and Furious movie. There's a scene where they're driving across just a long ice lake or ocean, and a drill comes out of like the bottom of it, and the car just lands perfectly on the other side and just drives away. And I was like, what the fuck?
One thing physics can't overcome is family.
Damn right.
Oh gosh.
Oh hell yeah! But
I'm-
hey, I know it sounds like we're shitting on those movies, but seriously, those
Actually,
movies are fucking
Those
awesome.
movies are dumb.
fun,
Yeah, I
dude.
love
we
those.
love
movies.
those
Fun.
movies.
They're so sick.
It's like watching curling on the Olympics.
Yeah, it's good. It's good every 4 years.
I just
Another one for Caustic. I don't know if you guys have all seen this movie, and if you haven't, you 100% should. No Country for Old Men. Caustic as the
Ooh.
bad guy in that one.
I've
my
never
gosh,
seen it, but
that's
I
so
heard
perfect.
it's
Dude, he's probably one of the best bad guys I've ever seen portrayed because there is no
He's
flaw
deaf.
in his game.
top
He's
10
dead.
Like-
top 10 bad guys of all time. He's actually like number 1 or 2.
That's why he's one of my favorite bad guys because it's like the one movie where the bad guy never stops ever
no
being a
flaws.
bad
I need
guy.
to see that. I need to
Dude,
see that
You
movie.
really
It's a
do, man.
great
That
movie.
movie's fucking art, man.
It is.
It's everything you want.
Let's get the easiest one out of the way. Octane as Forrest Gump. I
Hell
know we
yeah.
all wrote that at some point.
I did write that.
Yeah, so that's. I mean,
Is it
only
bad that
only because he runs.
Is it bad that I said his girl was Horizon?
No, it would make more sense if she was like Wraith.
I was thinking, actually, my initial thought was Watson.
Yeah, but
Wraith makes more sense.
Yeah.
Wraith makes a lot more sense. The more I think about it, yeah she's
Watson
fucking
doesn't
Wraith.
get
Jenny.
like human age. He'll get like some other
Yeah, you're right.
like octopus
You're
age.
right. I thought Watson as the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy would be
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
perfect fit.
That'd be
actually.
actually solid.
I was having so much trouble
Like-
finding one for Watson. I did have one for Watson though, and this is a duo: Watson and Crypto in Twilight. Bella
Saw it.
and what's his name? Fucking
Edward Cullen?
Edward, yeah. So there we go with that. And my very last one, 40-year-old virgin, is Pathfinder.
Okay, I only have one left, and you guys all made Mirage seem hella stupid, but I had him as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
I actually, like a Robert Downey, like
Yeah.
comedic Sherlock Holmes.
Like
He-
comedic Sherlock Holmes, like he could be smart, but
I just-
sometimes he's
I
just
don't know.
Scatterbrained.
scatterbrained.
Like
yeah,
he's
dumb
not an idiot. He's just scatterbrained.
Yeah, he just thinks about everything all at once.
Yeah. Can we all here at this table agree that one day we will just dedicate an episode to just talking Fast and Furious? Can we just watch all of them
Bro,
and
really
just
should.
talk
we-
about
We should
it?
do it as a live stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
When
I mean,
how
honestly,
about
we
this?
should-
When Fast 10 comes out, we
Hey,
go through.
We
and
go to
watch
the
1 through
movies.
10.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, we can do that. We should do it as a live stream as we're racing around on Olympus
Bro,
in the cars.
I just-
we all drop in the same squad, and we all get 3 different cars, and we all try to
And
race
we all
each
had to
other.
We
play.
need-
We had to play the song from Tokyo.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
just about to
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We need to just make a video where we're riding around in Tridents.
we'll
and
run
playing
the-
that song.
We'll run the route on the Tridents,
Yeah.
and That'll be
We
it.
all
Tokyo
win.
Drift was good too. All right, don't forget to head on down to raisenergyrepsports.com where you can use code BANNER BANNER for 15% off all Raise Energy products. All right, so now we're going to send it on down to Finicki. Talk a little bit about the ALGS. Very, very good interview. We're definitely going to have him back on. He's welcome back whenever he wants to come back. Also said he was a top 5 fan ever of the show, which is calling a lot of you guys out. After the Finicki interview, we will get into the pay-to-play for Ranked, so be sure to stick around after the interview. Without further ado, let's send it on down to our boy Finn.
What's up, guys? I am here with ALGS Pro Finicki. Finicki, how are you doing today, my man?
Dude, I'm doing so good. Such a great
Bro.
time. I'm stoked to be on the pod, man.
I appreciate it. Well, here's the thing. We just spent about an hour talking before the pod had even started, talking about all things in all ranges of life. And I got to say, no matter what happens, the Grab My Banner podcast is behind Finicki no matter what. You could be on any team, anywhere with any teammates ever. You've got the Grab My Banner support behind you 100%. Just know that.
That's all I need, dude. That's all. Like, it's awesome, dude.
Obviously, we've been in contact for a while. I'm glad I could finally get you on here, but I wanted to start off with the beginning of your career as a pro. And the first thing I want to ask was, when did you first start competing professionally? And what about competing appeals to you so much?
Okay, so I'm going to try and take that in bite sizes of that question. So you may have to repeat it back to me just because
No worries.
I
just gave you a full, like, gigantic question. I was like, answer it for me now.
Yeah, I think we'll start with like how I got involved in Apex. I was originally trying to go pro on PS4 for Call of Duty, and then one of my friends said, "Hey, there's this cool little game coming out called Apex." I mean, it dropped that day, and like so many people were playing it, like Courage JD and like Shroud was playing it, Dr. Disrespect. So many people were playing. I was like, "Bro, this is crazy." And then I watched Dizzy play, and he was a large inspiration of why I even started playing the game, as well as the character Wraith. So I played it started 5 days after it came out. That's when I first started playing Apex. And then what's the other part of the question?
Oh, what about competing appeals to you so much?
Yeah, I think I've just been a competitor my whole life. I got into sports pretty young, and I did really well in high school for like football. I was all state in Arkansas, which is cool. And then I had like a neck injury, and so I didn't end up going to school for football, and instead chose the gaming route and still love to compete. And so I got pretty good at the game, and then decided, that's that Apex could be an avenue of some revenue, as well as just being like having a great community and stuff.
So you hop on over to Apex 5 days after it comes out. You're having a great time. You're moving around. Then what inspired you to be like, holy shit, not only do I enjoy this game, I might try to go pro in this. What was that defining moment?
Okay, so I think my defining moment had to have been, so I got number 1 Wraith kills across the whole, like all platforms, and like obviously just Wraith. I got to number 2 across like overall kills in the whole entire world, which was nuts. So that, I think once I hit number 1 for Wraith and held it for about a season and a half, almost 2 seasons, I decided like, oh, this is it. Like, I think I can. I was beating very like well-known people at the time. Granted, there was no cross-plat, so it was only PS4 people that I were going against, but some really well-respected people that were on controller that I was competing with, as well as like on teammates or teams with, and I think it just made a lot of sense for me to be able to transition from the leaderboard grind, using my talent to be able to learn how to play ALGS on PC, that crossover.
So originally, did you start in the inaugural like ALGS season, or did you kind of sit back for a second? You're like, let me see how these guys play before I kind of jump and dive headfirst into this.
Yeah, good question. The first like real season, most of the tournaments, the professional tournaments that were going on through season 2 were only invitational. So EA had a pro group that they had decided on, like, this person's good enough to play, or this team's good enough. And all those were based off of kill race tournaments at the time, because that was the only thing. They didn't have private matches. So they would watch these teams and like, okay, well, they just got a 30 kill game in a pub or a 35 kill game in a pub. Like how consistently are they doing? And that used to be how people qualified for the pro tournaments, like the invitationals, which is crazy. But eventually, it was January 2019, I believe, is whenever they announced the ALGS, which was an open format for people to be able to play pro as long as they had reached gold 4, I believe. I think gold 4 is the minimum rank or the minimum rank you have to have in order to even compete in ALGS.
Oh, Brian couldn't compete then.
Sorry, Brian. But yeah, that's it pretty much.
Nice. So then you hop on, and we were talking a little bit before the show. Did you say your first teammate was Daltouche?
Yes. So my first, like, it's so crazy because all of like a lot of my friends that I still play the game with and I've known from the beginning are like pros. Like if you talk to the whole G2 squad that just got signed, like Resulta, Designful, and Gentrifying, like they all were playing. Like I was playing PS4 with them, like not too long ago, And then Daltouche was, Dalton was is still one of my closest friends in the gaming community, and he was the number one lifeline. I was the number one wraith. It made sense for us to be teammates. And so, yeah, we were teammates on console, and then have been like good friends ever since, man. He's done a lot for me, and I appreciate him. As well as like with Jenks and like Kobe and like all of those like big content creators like Zeus and them. Like it's so crazy to be. I've been blessed to have a lot of people around me that have a lot of influence. And so, I don't know, it's just been a good time.
Yeah, I was going to say, 2 years down the road, you look at some of these guys. Now we have, groups that you can have in Apex, and you're a part of the Ferd clan. You've got Johnny, Touche, you've got Enoch, all of those guys. Like all of you guys are together, and it's got to be so crazy to have like this group of friends that came from just out of nowhere. Like it was just a game came along, and now you have friends that you talk to every day. It's got to be a good feeling.
It is. And so one of the crazier things, and I'm sure this happens for other games as well. First comes to mind is like Valorant. Like a lot of CS people moved over, Overwatch people moved over, and then they got their own community and stuff. But like for me, came over pretty much from Halo. I know I mentioned the Call of Duty thing before, but Halo was like my first real thing that I played competitively. I went to my first tournament when I was in 5th grade or something. So I fell in love with Halo, came the competitive. That was like my main background. And then you got Dalton who played Fortnite a ton. And then you got like Zed like Johnny, and then came from like Fortnite or other like Call of Duty and all that sort of stuff. So we've had all of those guys are really talented FPS gamers just in general. And then it's so cool that we all became like friends and we all compete, there's rivalries for sure, but at the end of the day, we're all really good friends, and it's just because of Apex, which is crazy. Just one game.
Yeah, it's just crazy how much this game has come along and changed for everybody. Even us here on the pod, has just been incredible because we've always wanted to make a show like this. Now we're sitting here talking to pros on the pod, so it's been a crazy ride. I 100% agree with you. Now moving into what makes a pro? This is a big question. I think everybody on the pod wanted to know when I was asking what I should ask you. What makes a pro? And the best way I thought to formulate this question is in a pie chart. Where would you put each skill and how much percentage goes to each of those skills? Because obviously you have communication, you've got just plain skill, you've got game sense. How does that all fit in to make a good pro in the ALGS?
That's such a good question. Great job, dude. That is such a good question. Holy cow.
Appreciate it.
I do think most of the people now, I think there's exceptions, but for the most part, people like the top 0.1 percentile, the ones that are playing this game for large amounts of money that are very, very talented. I don't think there's a huge differentiation between gun skill. I think most top controller players are pretty close, if not even, and the same thing can probably be said about M&K. I think there is like mechanical skill that you can, perfect and stuff. They're so crisp. There's a guy named Hardeki who's Russian, and this dude looks like an actual robot on M&K. This dude is a machine. And so I think that's like an exception, or you could say like Ace or Fade, that type of thing. So I would say that is a large I mean, I would say maybe 40% if we're going pie chart. I think you have to be very like you have to have a lot of hours. You have to be very skilled for FPS in order to even have that opportunity to be able to go pro. Because if you're a gold 4 player, and if you are a gold 4 player, this isn't any shot at you, but it's like if you go into a fight against somebody who has played 5,000 hours on the game and you played maybe 1,000 or something, and those people are playing against other people that are also at the highest level, they have a lot more reps, they have a lot more training on their aiming and stuff. So I'd say like they have a very low percentage of being able to win the fight just solely off of skill, not even talking positioning. And then I think communication's up there. I'm being able to have good comms of knowing good cooldowns, knowing what attachments you're looking at, knowing if there's a team landing on you, all that sort of stuff. And then I would say game knowledge, just in form of zones and how you want to play strategically. Anything from, I'm going not on a pie chart here, so I'm just going to throw them all out. So hopefully we equal out to 100%, if that's okay.
Listen, we're not math guys here. We're not going to correct you. It's
okay. Well, why it's being super nice to me, but
that's the way it goes, baby.
The knowledge of zones is a part of it, as well as like strategy and knowing when to third party, knowing when to not take a fight at all, and rotations and not getting caught out and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm throwing it all out there.
Yeah. So getting like,
sorry.
No big deal. It's a tough question to answer because there is so much.
There's so much. I sorry to cut you off there.
No worries.
I think that is part of it. Is being a pro is understanding that there are so many parts to the game that can be micro change. Like if one little change can make the game go completely different way. And so I think at a pro level, you're looking at the little micro things, as whereas like a casual player may be only seeing the whole, like the big old thing, and not really seeing the little tiny, even the little, like running with your gun out is not fast and as fast as running with your gun holstered. And like that can totally affect rotations and running into a team and stuff like that.
So let's talk a little bit about the intangibles. And I asked you this on stream, I think day one of the qualifiers or whatever a few days ago. I've watched so many teams go through the trouble of looting. And I just feel like that is such an intangible skill. And it's not something you can control, unfortunately, unless you're going out and getting a bunch of kills like G2 or something like that. But
yeah, they're crazy.
It's so crazy how like a lot of times you'll watch, let's say, for instance, TSM, and, there's a struggle to get that loot. How important is it to preserve your loot? Number one, and also just to get something proper that you can use in the fights upcoming. Like, how important is that?
So I think it depends on your positioning in the circle and where you think the zone is. So let's just say a zone is ending Overlook, which is a pretty common zone. Like inside, like super deep by the silos and stuff. So a team that plays circle is going to want to get in pretty deep into the circle. Now, what that might mean is they don't get nearly as much loot as Wyatt was talking about. You would then be just going deep into the zone, maybe having white, maybe one blue, and then you have 4 cells and 2 bats overall as a team. So what do? Right? You have to be able to preserve. One, you need to show. Sometimes you don't need to show, but if you have enough heals, you can show, aka like look for kills. If not, you usually have to just hold doors and then just wait. And so a perfect world, you would love to be able to be in a great spot and then be able to maybe use a Wraith portal of teams whenever they're coming into zone and they die, you use a Wraith portal, go get some loot. But yeah, it's pretty pivotal to you either got to loot up heavy, or you either got to not have any loot and then get a good spot. And then hopefully you have some loot fall right into your hands. So it's just kind of how you want to play strategic wise.
So now we move into, like a game day. It is game day, ALGS game day. What is your routine? Do you wake up? You got to take a shower a certain way? Are you like a superstitious guy, or are you just like, whatever, I'm just in the game, I'm ready to go, trying to get relaxed?
I don't really have like any super amazing regimen. I do have like a warm-up routine that I do in the firing range, but besides that, I don't have a ton of like stuff. I I do say on game day, whatever character I'm planning on playing that day, I do a lot. Like I'll play pubs beforehand and only use that character so that I'm getting that muscle memory. And so let's say I'm not using Wraith. Imagine like I'm in an actual professional match and then I actually hit my tactical thinking I'm Wraith or something. You just want to make sure that you're not you're overriding that muscle memory for that day to be able to be good for your team.
So that brings me to my next question, which was actually, what is your role and how did you come into that role? Does that change whenever an event changes with patch notes and stuff like that? What is your role and how did you come into it?
Pretty much my whole entire career so far has been support, which is usually in forms of either a Bloodhound, a Watson, whenever she was meta, and then Gibby. And then Caustic. So those are usually the support-ish characters. I play a little bit of crypto too, but those are characters in which they're not your entry fraggers, such as Octane or Wraith. But my job is to come in and like either through abilities or just through my raw gun skill, do a lot of damage. Specifically as a controller player playing with like 2 MK players, they want to use me as pretty much like a weapon and be able to get as much damage as I can in a team fight. But as a support, you're just there to be able to back up your teammates whenever they do the entry damage. You come in second and do as much damage as you can. You are usually the one that goes down first, and then you have like let's just say I'm using Bloodhound, and then somebody else is also supporting, and then they Gibby bubble and then get a res and stuff like that. But that's my role. But I recently going into this new season of ALGS, which a lot of people are speculating that the ALGS points are going to reset, so everybody's going to be on the same playing field. New like online tournaments, all that sort of stuff. I have a new squad that I'm be running with that are 2 controller players that are super talented, and I'm really excited. They have a lot of experience. They've made it to a few finals as well. And I'm going to be IGLing / co-IGLing with another guy. And I'm pretty excited about that.
For those who don't know, IGL in-game leader. A lot of people don't know that actually.
Sorry about that. That's my bad.
No. I actually learned about it like 2 days ago. So I'm feeling smart right now. I'm actually on top of the world that I just said that. Anyway, so the other thing that you said that caught my interest was you said, usually I go down first. Now, is that something psychological that you just have to accept? Because I know whenever I go down first, I feel like the biggest asshole on the planet. But in a professional setting, when you're playing against other professionals, sometimes there's either damage you have to tank and allow your teammates to either escape or get away. Like, how did that come? Like, it's just such an interesting concept. Did you have to find a way to get used to that?
I mean, it's if you look at games like Halo or Call of Duty, like at the professional level, they talk a lot about trades, and well, you don't really want to always go down, right? But I'm not trying to I'm not like looking to go down, right, in a fight. Like I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to overextend, but I'm saying because of my role, I'm usually the person that people will focus, which is fine, which means I'm probably going to die. But as long as I'm getting my damage out, then that's all that really matters. So, yes, I kind of got used to it. But now as I'm going into that IGL role, I'm trying to get out of that mindset. But yeah, realistically, you would love for nobody to go down. But sometimes that is your job, man. You just got to get in there, go through the caustic smoke, got to go through whatever, like Watson defenses, whatever, just to get in there.
You're like the offensive lineman. They get no credit. They get they're never the ones in the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. All right, we need more respect for the support role. I'm calling that right now. # support the support role. We're getting that trending on Twitter tomorrow. Anyway,
all right, I'm done.
Now we look at the state of ranked play and what's been going on. So we've seen a lot of different comps throughout the times. We had at one point it seemed like it was Watson, Pathfinder, Wraith. Then we had the Gibraltar, Wraith, Bloodhound. Yep. We've had a lot of different ones. First of all, which one was your favorite? Looking back on all of the different comps, which one do you look back on? You're like, I wish we could go back to that. Or at least the ones you had the best memories of.
Yeah. I think the best memories. Now, I didn't really get a large portion of this, but whenever, because there was still invitationals, my favorite comp was back in the day was Pathfinder, Watson, and Wraith. Everybody was running this. So it was like a support, and it was a lot of heavy fighting because it was just straight up 3v3s most of the time. And there was no Gibby bubbles. Like you didn't have to always carry a shotgun. It was more so like R99's wingman. So like, that was it. Like people were running that. Maybe PK if you're running Wraith, but it was just straight up gunfight, and it was a lot of just pure gun skill and team fighting and team shots. And then now it's obviously a little bit different with abilities and how gun change metas and all that sort of stuff. But that was probably my favorite one. I was always running the Watson.
So now we go into this season. It's a little bit different. We've got Volk kind of flying around. We've got some Octanes, some Bloodhounds, some Gibraltars, even Caustics. Like it's all over the place now, which is good. But there's also some things that I think other pros would like to see changed in the ALGS. Are there some things that you would like to see change, whether it's the rule format, map format? What are some changes that you would make to the ALGS, and what are some things that you would like to see stay the same?
Well, I don't know of one single professional player and probably like pub person that enjoys Revenant. Like I think Revenant makes the game so frustrating because him and Caustic, I think are pretty frustrating. But Caustic because at a professional level, and I mean I get a pub level, ranked level, Caustic slows the pace down of the game, and so it feels really odd whenever you're fighting against a Caustic because you can't just force your way through it most of the time, right? And so I think that's really frustrating because it throws the pace off of Apex, which is pretty fast paced. So that would be the only thing. Now, Caustic's not nearly as strong, so that's not as big of an issue. But that was the big issue whenever he was in his OP stage about I think a season and a half ago,
last
maybe.
Season.
Yeah. And then with Revenant, I think the most frustrating thing for me is that Revenant seems you just get no punishment. There's no punishment for you to use an Octane in Rev. Say you Octane pad across, and then they all take you back, or they all force you back. You literally just lost a fight and got away with it scot-free. You gave up 50 HP, which is nothing, especially if you have an Octane. Like that's going to get back for free. So I think there's no punishment for it, and that's why I get frustrated because there's punishment for like a bad Wraith tactical or a bad Wraith portal or whatever, like a bad grapple on a Pathfinder. You know, there's consequences to bad play and like kind of like inting play. Like it's just like not necessarily the smartest play, but you can get away with it because of the character, which I don't really love because that's more about abilities than it is gun skill. Anything
with the formatting of how it's scored or different stuff like that?
I do like it. I think they did a really good job because it balances. I mean, if you get first place, you get 12 points, and then if you kill one person, it's only 1 point. So you really, I love that aspect of it because it offers two different styles of play. I mean, I guess technically 3 is a hybrid, but like really playing either zone, you're really playing placement and getting KP late game, or getting KP early / like all the way through, and then not really playing for placement, but like getting most of your points through kills, which I just love that aspect of ALGS because it really offers a diverse set of, I don't know, watchability and playability.
Brian asked me a very interesting question when I was asking everybody, what should I ask? And this one I think is very interesting because there is a difference here. And he asked, what do you think separates an average predator from a pro? Like, what are the qualities that separates those two things? And I think there's a fine line between those two, but I don't know exactly how to define it. How would you define that?
That's good. I think you could say the aspect of just skill wise, but I think once again, I was talking about, I didn't really explain it well, but at the top level, it is so much more of a mental game than it is just like your own personal level of skill. Like it's so much more about team play and communication. So I think that's what creates a higher pred. Like you see a lot of preds, they are kind of clicky, but it's like not, I mean, it's not really a bad thing in a way, but like only top preds will only play with top preds. The reason why is because they have the same type of characteristics of good comms, knowing and understanding playing their life, and like high skilled and knowing how to third party if they're going to third party, and knowing when to just like play zone or like gatekeep. So I think that is a differentiation between like a high pred and a low pred, as well as just playtime. Like ranked is kind of grindy. So I mean, if say I don't really love the Olympus split, or specifically the KC split, let's talk about that. I don't really love that on ranked, so therefore I'm not going to play nearly as much. So I won't get high pred on that. But I know some people are just head over heels, like ranked hardcore people, which is not really me.
Mm-hmm. And I also asked this question on your stream. You guys should go check it out at twitch.tv/Finicki, Finicki. Go check that out. I asked this question on your stream. I've never really been a big World's Edge fan, but recently I've kind of come to terms with the fact that World's Edge is actually just the best map overall in the game because of the different things that it offers. Olympus has its issues. Kings Canyon clearly has its issues. But what would make each of these other maps a little bit better in their own terms to be able to be played in the ALGS?
Great question. And why it's correct in that I think it is the best overall map. But for me personally, I'm not sure. Like, it's not the best pub map, for example. Like,
no.
Right.
Just for
like,
the ALGS.
Right.
Yes.
Just for ALG. Like, at a professional level, I think World's Edge is perfect. But at like a fun level, it's not really like at the highest of fun level. I think KC is I still think KC is the best pub map. And then I think Olympus is second, and then World's Edge maybe third, like, But to get back to the question of what there could be difference, let's start like with KC. I think the new additions that they added with the broken ship and like the little waterfall, I got rid of slum lakes, whatever. I think that was such a good ad. Like, if they could do that, except in like different sporadic, like different places, specifically in the middle of the map, if they did some huge renovations, I think it could be a map for ALGS. They'd have to get rid of a few more chokes because it is pretty choke heavy, and there is a lot of verticality, which is good. But sometimes at a professional level, that can be pretty devastating if you don't have the correct type of characters. But yeah, I just think the middle of the map needs to be changed, and then maybe adding one or two more POIs so that everybody has a spot to land and getting decent amount of loot.
Actually, you know what would be great? I'm thinking, let me explain this to you. I'm picturing a town. Maybe it's got like a large kind of like skull around it. And then it's got like, and then maybe like to the, left of it, there's like a dome maybe.
Oh, okay.
And, I don't know. You could
would
call
you say
it
it
something
makes a
like
noise?
The lightning dome or something. I don't know.
I think
something like that. I just think that'd be such a great thing to have on this map. And the fact that it's not there is kind of, it hurts. Salvage is cool and all, but I just picture like a nice, skullish looking town. It's got like a carcass there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling on.
There was so much loot there too. Like, if you think about it, there was so much loot there, as well as like with Thunderdome, and then the two little side villages. Like, there was so much loot. I'm glad they kept Octane. Like, I think Octane's a really good addition. I think the map room's a really good addition. I think the caustic thing is a really good addition. But man, if they could bring that back and then add maybe one or two POIs, specifically like in the middle, where like right outside Bunker, the little river town. I think if they made some big old POI right in the middle and then cut out a few of the mountainous areas to the right and to the left.
You were talking about, for pubs, KC might be the most fun map. The part that bothers me so much, and I wanted to get your perspective on this, was they took away Skull Town because it seemed like, within the first circle or so many people would land Skull Town that there was only maybe 5 or 6 squads left. But with Spotted Lakes and all the area back there, the exact same thing is happening. So in my mind, I'm thinking, why not bring it back? Keep Spotted Lakes over there and then see how it plays out. Who knows? That's just, am I crazy for thinking that?
No, dude, I think there's going to be a quote unquote Skull Town on each map, right? So there's going to be a main spot where people land depending on, the plane, whatever it's called, plane flight path. That's the word. So yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think that's a great observation, and I think that's a very accurate observation too.
Just for, I mean, not even maybe for ALGS. I'm thinking just for a pub level.
Right. No, agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. And then getting over to Olympus. Now, we talked a little bit about Olympus on your stream too. That is my favorite map by far. I love Olympus to death. But what would it need to be able to be ready to be played on the ALGS?
Yeah, I think the biggest, I mean, because there's been tournaments like at a professional level on Olympus, and it just felt so like for some reason, I don't even know really how to explain it, but it feels like in between POIs, there's not enough cover to be able to rotate. So I don't know. I'm thinking specifically with like docks. Like if you go to docks and then you could go to like Pathfinder's place, like there's a zip line, which is good. But then like say you want to go to the power grid, which is what's the left and sort of up. Like you have to go across the long bridge and it has very little cover. Or if you want to go to the blue ship.
Big blue dick?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You have to like there's not a lot of like there's so much open space in between POIs that if somebody's holding somebody out, so say zone ends at let's just say zone ends at docks and you have the high ground, you can look every single place that's going to be coming into you and then just hold them out. And that's very easy to do at a professional level, but it's just so I just don't know if I may be giving like a pretty naive example because there are pretty good spots on the map, but I think you want to have to again add a few POIs to it and then add a little bit more cover in between the POIs, offering shelter for rotations late game and middle game.
I do think they helped out with the big orange dick. That
100%. Oh yeah.
But it's still got a long way to go. And I 100% agree with you. So moving on to the Raise Energy question of the day, because I know you said you wanted to be a part of this. So we got the Raise Energy question of the day. Who are you replacing with a legend in some of your favorite movies?
For some reason, I instantly thought of Valkyrie and would be Boba Fett for like 100%. the rep like for Star Wars, and I feel like that would just be so perfect. I mean the abilities, the backstory, everything.
She kind of has like the same attitude too, because Boba Fett's kind of like that badass who like walks up to the bar, like just puts his hand down and like the bartender just slides a drink over to him. Like right. Valk is the same way. She has the same kind of attitude, or voice lines at least make it sound like that. So I 100% agree with that. I sent you an example that I won't say in the actual show. I'll just share it here with you. I said replace Megan Fox with Loba in the movie Jessica's Body. Okay. And really, the only reason why, the body. Okay. I mean, it's called Jessica's Body. So
that's right. We just call it Loba's body.
Exactly.
Would do.
Finicki, I appreciate you being on the show today. This can definitely you're welcome whenever you want, because I can tell that there's a lot left on the table that we could talk about today, but we've got to keep the podcast short. But I appreciate you so much for coming on, and I can't wait to get you back on ASAP.
Yeah, well, I want to say thank you, and you guys have been doing an amazing job. I'm got to be top 5 biggest fans. I mean, I'm sure you guys got like your parents watching, but I'll be right behind that on the fans list. Know that, and I know that you guys got my support, and I gotta potentially join the Dragon Riders or maybe become the new potential new change to the Dragon Riders. I don't know.
Listen, Finicki, here's what's going on. All right. Kyle just sent last night the 360. I could send it to you, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little embarrassing. So I came here to ask, and Kyle, asked me some questions, and I was like, Kyle, should I ask him if he's going to throw his hat in the ring to be the potential new president of the Dragon Riders? And I think that's a legit question we need to ask. Are you going to throw your hat in the ring, or at this time, are you still on the fence?
I would love to throw my hat or throw my name in the hat for the potential Dragon Riders, but I also don't know. I think you had a pretty nice name, I think.
Yeah.
What was the name?
So that's my gamer tag. I'm called the Big Dog Boss Hog, and I refer to myself when I'm gaming in the third person. So if I have a good say we're playing arenas and I get like 2 kills, I'll be like, the Big Dog Boss Hog's feeling it tonight. Okay, so that's I was thinking about calling them either the Big Dogs or the Boss Hogs. The thing
I'm in.
is, you like that better?
I'm can.
You want to be the VP?
If I was thinking, I would love to be the VP. I'd love to be your right hand man. Anything
There
that you
we
need,
go.
any kills you need had, any tactical things for Rita that you need, or anything.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Here's what we're gonna have to do. All right, I'm gonna start working on a 360 no scope with Sentinel probably as soon as tonight, and I'm gonna make sure that I get that. And then I'm also gonna make our vice president like running graphic so that the people know that we're out there. Because I mean, I love Kyle to death. I mean, he's a great friend, but I will destroy him in a race to be the greatest of all time. That's just, and people forget that I have a triple collateral with the Kraber. Okay, so that's who you're running.
Slept
with.
on. I would love to be your VP. I would love to know that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, Finicki, thank you so much for being a part of the show. I can't wait to get you back on, especially when the ALGS is starting to hop back up. Whenever you got some tournaments, the GMB boys going to be in the chat waiting for you, ready to go. Once again, make sure you guys are following and have notifications on twitch.tv/Finicki, Finicki. Of course, we're going to link that when the episode comes out, so you don't got to worry about that. Also follow him on Twitter, Finicki, at Finicki TV, Finicki TV. He's over there on Twitter. We're talking to each other all the time, talking about Tim Tebow being tight end, talking about sports, talking about Apex, talking about all of it. You need to hop on there, get ready for the Finicki show, because honestly, with the GMB support, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a first place victory here.
Dude, I'll freaking take it. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. All right. Well, once again, thanks, Finicki. We'll see you soon.
All right. So big shout out to our boy Finn for the interview. Always welcome back on the show. Can't wait to watch him in the upcoming tournaments here, ALGS, all the different ones, SEA or something like that. He's going to be in a bunch of them. He's got a new team. Excited to see what he's got going on in the future. Big shout out to Finn. Boys, let's get into our discussion of the week. Now, if you were paying attention to Twitter this week, Ryan Rigney, who is he's kind of like Respawn's social media like main manager. He tweeted out something this week that goes a little bit like this. CSGO is now charging for access to ranked, among other things. I imagine this would make it much more costly for cheaters who get banned to make a new account and continue cheating the system. What do you guys think? Is charging for the ranked a good idea or a bad idea? 47% of the total vote, and there was 51,000 votes, said it was a good idea. 34,000 said it was a bad idea, and 19,000 said just show me the results. So he was trying to see, I guess the 19% were trying to see how other people were thinking, because if you've been on Twitter, a lot of people can't think for themselves on that website. Ryan Rigney came up with a follow-up tweet, and he said, alternatively, what if buying one battle pass got you access to ranked forever? 57% said a good idea, 29% said still a bad idea, and then 14% said just show me the results. Now, I kind of want to start with this because I do think that there is a definite upside to stopping cheaters. And at first, I really agreed with this idea, and I was like, that's an amazing idea. Because if you think about it, Apex Legends is set up right now to where all you have to do to make an account that you can cheat with is just get to level 10. That's it. That's what, maybe 30 to 40 minutes? Especially if you're already cheating and you're killing like 10, 15 people a lobby.
If you're cheating and getting 10, 15 people a lobby, bro, you're fucking
maybe
zoomed.
15 minutes. Yeah, maybe. So it seemed like a good idea at first. And I still think it's a decent idea, but I just would like to play devil's advocate because I came up with this thought earlier today while I was at work. This company made $1 billion on this video game. And what they're doing is they're asking fans to say, hey, now you have to pay for this certain part of the game. No part of the game has been paid for before. They are asking us to now fork over some more money so that we can play ranked. And that doesn't sit right with me. Like I said, the whole week I was down with this. I just came up with this today where I was thinking about it and I was like, that's weird. The whole week I was fine with it, but you made $1 billion. You're telling me that you can't find another way to exploit it so that your free game is able to be played in ranked where you don't have to worry about cheaters. Now, I understand that anti-cheat is like almost impossible. It's like basically saying, no human is perfect. No anti-cheat is perfect. It's hard to perfect an anti-cheat. Valorant worked very hard on their anti-cheat, and it still was exploited within the first week of the game launching.
Second week, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very hard to do that. But I think Overwatch had a great idea with theirs, which was make it level 25. If you had to make a new Overwatch account, it took forever before you could play ranked.
Yes.
25 is a lot higher of a level, and Apex is the same way. I don't like the idea now of making it to where you would have to pay more money to this company that has made $1 billion on this video game rather than them finding another way to be like, yo, we have already royally messed up a lot of aspects of this game with, lack of communication, lack of preparation at the start of seasons. I mean, Season 9 was a shit show.
At the very beginning.
Very beginning. So I don't like the idea as much as I used to. I still think it's a decent way if you want to get around cheaters. It would be a lot more fun and interesting from the aspect of the pros who play ranked on their streams, because all they have to do is fork over $10 that they'll make in 5 seconds with 2 subs, and they'll be able to play all the games, and you can watch it all day long, and you won't have to worry about them running into cheaters. But I do feel like, are there not exploits that they can try and fix? Does raising the level from 10 to 25 not make a major difference? I think even iLoot Games had some things where it was like, there's exploits here that you know about that you're just not going about fixing. So I just don't understand why this game that's made $1 billion would do that. What do you guys think?
Oh, there's plenty of other fixes, like you said, but I mean, this is a solid fix. I mean, it's not great, but listen, if you're gonna grind ranked, because the people that really grind rank, I don't think there's too many people that grind rank and don't buy a battle pass.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to play this game enough to where, like, you're going to spend hours and hours playing this game, there's no reason you shouldn't buy a $10 battle pass. There's no reason. It's a $10 battle pass, and you get a bunch of cool shit from it, and you're going to be grinding the game all this time just to get, the stuff anyways. You might as well just, throw it in there like that. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
And if I remember right, the battle pass, when you buy one, if you're playing the game enough and if you're really trying to grind rank, you're playing the game enough to do this, is complete all the challenges and get your money's worth out of the battle pass, which is enough Apex coins to get the next battle pass. They always set it up that way to where if you buy one, you can get the other one, but they will tempt you with other offers to make the battle pass go quicker or to buy something in the store. If you don't do that, and if you don't spend more money on the game, you only have to spend the $10 to be able to play ranked. And $10 is essentially, 2 trips to Starbucks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A couple things here and there, like one, maybe 2 small luxury items that you could do away with. The only people I think that this actually does affect are the hackers who are trying to exploit the game currently.
Yeah.
And now it hits their wallet every time Hideouts finds one and bans them.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10 more out of their pocket. It's a $10 fee every time that they have to pay to respawn. Now, if that money is guaranteed to go into anti-cheat to make it as good as they can, I know it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be someone gets through it, but as good as they can, and to employ more people to hit that ban hammer on the cheaters, I have no issue paying that $10 battle pass fee.
No.
To get that. I have no issue with that. The other group that it hits pretty hard would be the young group, the younger demographic of this game, the kids who don't have the money, the parents won't give them money to spend on a game. This is a free to play game currently, and they have all access to every part of the game. If you remove a portion of that game from them, they may not have the access to get back to that. Most working adults and even working minors have the ability to muster up the $10 to pay on the game. But for those who are beneath that age and unable to find a way to make a little bit of money to do this, although I think that with enough hustle, there's always a way to make some sort of money. But at that point, how many hoops do you have to jump through to play a game that was once free for you to play? So it hits that demographic. That's the one that I feel bad for. But for most people, I don't think it affects them one bit. You're going to buy a battle pass if you're committing that much time to the game itself to actually grind ranked, and you're going to basically benefit from it. As long as the funds going to it are going, or at least a sizable portion of the funds from that battle pass to go into it, from your initial battle pass going to it, it is able to fund towards an anti-cheat, fund towards something to make this issue better. I don't have an issue paying that.
Yeah, I feel
Now, I just saw this tweet. He attached it to Ryan Rigney attached this. He said, "My feeling when I, an employee of Electronic Arts Incorporated, ask players whether they should charge more money for something, and the response is at a 2-to-1 ratio is a yes." So he's saying it's a victory for him to have said this. And like what I'm looking at is like he's basically saying, I'm an employee who just made the company a bunch more money, who already takes a lot of money, which instantly makes me hate it even more. But I will say this. If this were to happen, I would much rather them have it where you have to buy the battle pass every season than the one time off. I feel like cheaters will get around that so fucking easily.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, so if you're going to do it, go all the way in. But
one thing I feel like should also happen, I just thought about this, is you should be able to use the red coins to buy, like, not like buy a battle pass, but buy...
To be able to buy into ranked?
Yeah, because, like,
Enough
what
red
if,
coins.
what if, like, you just grind the game a lot? Because every single time they create a new account, they don't have any fucking red coins.
yeah, and those
play
take
the
a
game.
while to get.
Yeah, so if you have, like, a fucking 100,000 or
Not
10,
100,000.
not 100,000, but like 10,000 lying around, or
Even if it's 5,000.
Well,
Like,
think
as long
about
as it's enough, you get 600 per
however
level.
much it is for a recolor.
Yeah.
How
you
about
get
that?
you get 600 per level.
Yeah.
So you figure, or is it every other level? Whatever it is, you get like 600 in chunks. We'll say like if it's 6,000, you have to at least grind so many levels or we'll say it's 12,000. You have to get to level 20 at least on your own to be able to do that. We're saying make some sort of commitment that the cheaters have to invest before they can actually start cheating in ranked lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we still have the issue of them cheating in public lobbies, but at least it's not fucking ranked.
Well, what I'm saying, I mean, Kyle just came up with an idea that would easily make it to where you don't have to pay money to play ranked. And it's kind of funny that they didn't bring that one up. Like that, my whole thing goes back to like this company has made so much money off of us, and like that is a much better idea. I think using those red coins is a much better idea than ranked because we know how long those take to get. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, we had to like if you started trying to get both legends, Mirage and Caustic, when the game first came out,
my God,
it took you a while, man, to get both of those. Like
Especially
you had to pick really carefully the first one you got.
Which one you wanted.
And almost everybody picked wrong.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's a much better idea already. Let's say, alternatively, that, they do decide to do this, and they decide to make it to where you got to pay to play in ranked. I would say that, number one, you got to make your fucking battle pass better. I've seen that there's been articles that they're potentially thinking about changing the way the battle pass is, rather than the get a cool skin at 25, get a decent skin at 50, and then get like the reactive skin at 100. I've seen something like that where they're saying, we're going to make it better, because a lot of those skins are just really bullshit.
They're mediocre.
Very mediocre. I would much rather have more of the loading screens than some of those blue skins we get in the battle
The blue
pass.
skins are a bunch of them are a lot of them are dog shit. Man.
Very bad.
Straight up, they're bad, bro.
So
you don't want them.
yeah, so that's number one. You got to make your battle pass better. Number two, the second you start charging for something, Respawn, we are coming at you with the force of 1,000,000 suns if shit goes wrong. Now it's a free game, so we understand, and we still get very upset. Yeah, the coffee is free, okay? When you start charging for your shit fucking coffee now, I am coming at you. I personally will say that. I don't know about everybody at this table, but I've already come at you a few times. I am coming at you with the force of 1,000,000 intense white hot burning suns, you sons of bitches, because you have basically made us play solos for 2 seasons now. I will be coming at you fucking harder than ever, and you better believe that I fucking will. So you better figure it out. If you're going to make me pay to play ranked, that's all good. I can afford the $10. But if I run into a problem, boy, I am fucking coming at you, EA, you sons of bitches. You billion-dollar having sons of bitches who still won't fix major portions of this game. I am coming at you, and I'm sure I'm not alone on that. I am 100% positive I am not alone on that. Brian?
To me, without a doubt, I think this is a cash grab. They're seeing a chance to exploit their community who wants an issue fixed so bad and said, sure, if you pay us and we make the cheaters pay us, you guys are all going to have to as well, but the cheaters pay us, they're going to have to pay us more times than you will, so you'll feel like you're in a good deal, but really we're just getting more money from everybody. So I do see that. I think that there should be an opportunity to do both. Mm-hmm. If you want to hop into ranked early and you want to do that and it's worth it to you, you should be able to pay the $10 to skip that line of having to build up the red coins or whatever it is. And really, we're talking for the new players or players who haven't been able to have that stash of those red coins built up. And the other one is, I think that those red coins should be used. They should offer that to the group, because I do feel bad for that group of players that does not have the ability to or the desire to pay $10 to this company. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, yeah, why not? It was free to play anyway. You're not losing money on it.
Yeah.
You're not gaining any more from it, but you're not losing. And you will gain some because some people aren't going to wait. And the guys who are going to be paying you the most are the guys you want to target with this anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think that a hybrid of that seems like the best option to me.
And I think Kyle came up with the best fucking idea, and I can't believe that wasn't talked about. Those red coins, we know how hard they are to get. Like,
if you start spending those on like respins and stuff, they go
quick, and then you're like, oh shit, and then a really good one comes in the store. I had to stop buying some of those recolors because I was like, wait, I'm almost out. Like, fuck that, and they take forever to get, especially when you hit level 500. It takes a long time to get. So I mean, I feel like it should be similar to when you were buying legends. You can either buy the legend with the red coins, or you could go ahead and bypass that with some real money. But remember, if a cheater gets caught buying with the red coins and they get banned, immediately they have to make a new account, and those red coins take forever to get.
Yeah, exactly. So they're forcing either a time or a money commitment, which to a lot of people are the same thing. Mm-hmm. Their time is their money. Mm-hmm. They're either forcing a time or money commitment to the cheaters. Like, they have to commit to this game in some way, shape, or form. And I don't see an issue with that. As long as there's a way to bypass it, I think that I'm fine with it.
So what if it was like there's a pseudo level 25? So what if, like, say it's 600 a level or whatever, then once you reach level 25, you'd have 25 times 600. I have no idea what that is, but say you need that amount in particular to buy the ranked pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So then it's like pseudo, you have to get to level 25. Okay. But you don't really have to. When you get to level 10, you could just straight out buy it if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can have early access to it if you give them the money.
If you want to grind it all the way out, you grind to level 25, you got the fucking battle pass.
Yeah.
I mean, not the battle pass, but you got ranked.
You got ranked.
Which is, I think that's doable, and I stand by it. Like I said, I don't have an issue giving them money for a ranked that is cheater-free. Mm-hmm. I don't have an issue paying for that because I love this game. It is a free game, but I love this game enough to give it money. That doesn't bother me. As long as that money that would be paid to play in ranked was directly funding guys like hideouts and employing that department more, so we have more security on it.
Yeah. It wouldn't bother me as much if this company had, way considerably less problems than it had at this point. And it wouldn't bother me, B, if they use their money and resources to try and make the experience of the game better. But when I'm watching a game where the last 2 seasons, every time I play a duo, I would say, and I'm being conservative here, 65% of the time I load in without a teammate for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then you're asking me if I should pay you more to play? I'm looking at you like you're a fucking crazy person. I should slap you in the face for even thinking that. And then when he tweets that third tweet, then I look at it even worse, because I'm like, that feeling when I make the company more money even though my product fucking sucks half the time, yeah, then I'm going to have an issue. And they're not using their resources properly, in my opinion. So here's what we've got. We've got two options here. We can either have absolutely zero cheaters because I really can't see any way that they would just continue to do it, but we have to pay, and hopefully they would fix problems other than the cheating in that pay period. Otherwise, I would get pissed. Or we have the second option where there's a lot of other alternatives. You can either use the 25 level 25 rather than the level 10, which I feel like is a much better way to do it, but you still are going to get some stragglers no matter what. And then we could also say, what if we use the red coins rather than the actual real money that we all know takes a while to accumulate to buy the ranked pass? I mean, there's options here. It just seems like their eyes are firmly planted on the one that gets them the most money when Kyle came up with the better option in like 15 seconds.
I do think about the one downside to if you're trying to use the red coins to really play this game for free. Well, then you have to choose between playing ranked or getting the legend you want to play. And there's a lot of legends now for these new players.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is also a thing that I'm like, that kind of sucks, you know.
But at least there is a loophole to where you just got to play the game and you will eventually get there.
Exactly. There's a way around it. You can get the legend you want and then play ranked. You can play ranked and then eventually see a legend that you're like, oh shit, that's cool as hell. And then you get to do that. Like there's still a way around it. I like that. I don't know if it's there's downsides to it. There's downsides.
I think there's downsides to both. The obvious downside on the one side being you're paying real money. The downside on the other side is you might lose it out on a chance to get a new legend right when it drops. But if you're a player that doesn't cheat and maybe you are able to be like, all right, I've stacked up these red coins and I'm okay with sacrificing ranked this season just so I can play a legend, or I'm okay because like maybe the legend isn't even for ranked. In the case of Fuse,
like there's legends that have come out that I can tell you right now I've played maybe a total of 10 games on Revenant, Fuse, and Crypto. I've probably played about 10 games.
Oh, I've bought every legend, and I've probably never played a game on some of them.
Listen, if they don't have mobility, I don't want any part of it.
Exactly. So I think there's alternatives, though, and I would like, if I had to choose one right now, I'm going to say Kyle's option is the best. I really do like that. I think the red coins make a lot of sense, but I think that's the best option. Kyle, your favorite option is that
honestly,
one,
it's mine, man. The one that I came up with, I think it's the red coins, and then like I said, it'd be like a pseudo 25 because like once you get to 25, you have enough red coins to get it. But if you don't want to take the time to grind through all that shit, then you can just get to level 10 and pay $10.
Brian,
I'm in favor of the red coins because I want there to be some way for everyone to be able to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea of being able to get in there quick for those who really want to play ranked and really want to grind it at an early level. So I like the pseudo. I think that's the best route. I really do.
Awesome. All right, boys. Well, let's get ready to send it on down to the gambling segment of the week. We've got a lot of goodies for this one. I can't wait to get into it. So I hope you guys stick around for the show. Without further ado, let's get into gambling. All right, gambling time, ladies and gentlemen, and boys.
I'm in first, baby.
Boys, we've got a very oof.
Start from the bottom.
Wait, did you tell Kyle he was first?
I haven't.
Why did he think he was first?
Start from the bottom.
Wait, hold on, time out. I'm not.
You're not first.
Start from the bottom,
dude. Who's lying to me right now,
bro? Okay, Kyle jumped the gun before I could even get the intro out. He's not even first place. See, like the last 2 weeks, it made sense because he was tied, but like you're not tied this week,
bro.
He wasn't tied. Alphabetical order.
Oh, alphabetical order. Yeah, sorry.
You weren't tied.
Fuck you.
Either way. Here we are this week. We all had a very good week. We were actually only one bet away from having all of us winning all of our bets. Only
fucking
one
Troy.
bet was missed.
I'm sorry, boys.
And honestly, that was a really tough bet. It wasn't even a miss. It was a push.
Yeah.
He bet on the line, and it hit.
Wasn't even a loss.
Dead on the line.
That sucks. But either way.
It was for one bone, too.
We're sitting here at the bottom of the scoreboard, and Troy is sitting pretty still. This is probably our best season collectively as gamblers. Because last place is 435 bones. That's where Troy is at.
Too effing bad.
Third
man.
place is me, sitting at 470. And then there is a very, very large gap in the top two. Kyle is second with 710.
Ooh.
And Brian is sitting at first with 721 bones.
Fuck you.
So Brian is down 11. Kyle is down 11.
God, you didn't bet all your bones.
Did Brian tell you were first?
No,
Oh.
but I assumed I was first.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
'cause
thought
he-
Brian like fucked with you and told
No.
you were first.
That would have been hilarious.
Dude.
Oh shit! I want to get into discussions here, but we always get halted by the lines. So let me get the lines out of the way first, and then we'll get right into the discussion portion of the bets. We'll start off with me. Total kills at 38 with halves at 19. Total assists at 24 with halves at 12. Total wins at 7 with halves at 4. Total rounds at 30 with halves at 15. That might be a lock. Total rounds at 30. That might be a lock on the.
That
Total
might be a
no,
lock
that's
on the
round
over.
1.
Oh, rounds 1. Sorry. Let me
Rounds
come
1
back
at
to that.
30.
I'll
That's
circle
kinda
back to
tough.
that.
That's
That
kinda
is a
tough.
tough one, actually. Total rounds is actually at 45. Halves at 23. We move on to Kyle. Total kills at 43 with halves at 22. Total assists at 17 with halves at 9. Total wins at 6 with halves at 3. Total rounds 1 with 26 with halves at 13. And total rounds at 56 with halves at 28. Total seems like an under right there. That
does.
seems like an under.
I agree.
Actually,
we've hit 55
no,
for the past
we
2
hit
weeks.
55 for the past 3
Are you going to play
weeks.
with Brian again?
Don't do
I
it.
know.
No, even when he played without me.
Even when I played with that on the first week, and then the next 2 I played with.
Okay.
You didn't play the second
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, you did.
Oh, I see a lock on this Troy board right here.
Bring it.
Total kills at 25, halves at 13. Total assists at 16, halves at 8. Total wins at 4,
Ooh.
halves at 2.
All right. I got a nut up or shut up here.
Yeah, dude, you
Total
gotta
rounds
nut up or shut
1,
up, boy.
Better care about wins
26,
now.
halves
Oh, baby.
at 13. Total rounds 1 at 57, halves at 29. That's an under. No?
Well, wait,
No.
Total rounds
dude,
at 57?
That's the average.
57?
He hit 58 this week. That's the average. Actually, no. This week he hit 60.
Okay,
What?
never mind. All right.
Like listen, the lines are pretty fucking close to what they're probably going to be. I'm telling
Okay.
you right now. I did
All
not.
right.
I did not fudge these lines.
Going on to Brian. Total kills at 30, halves at 15. Total assists at 30, halves at 15. Now, Brian gets a lot of assists, but, like, that is an under.
So
winning
many.
that.
That's
Dude,
fucking crazy.
Listen, it's not.
I think it's under for the kills.
It's
Yeah.
my kills and assist line have alternated every fucking week. It's either 27 kills and 33 assists or 33 kills and 27 assists. It's flipped back and forth
What'd you
every
get this
time.
week?
27 kills and 33 assists.
Mm.
And last week I got 33 kills and 27 assists.
Total wins at 7, halves at 4. Total rounds 1 at 28, halves at 14, and total rounds at 56, halves at 28, and that rounds out the card. I don't like this board. If I'm
This
gonna
is
be real with you
tough.
guys.
This is a
Ass
tough board.
board.
I
There's
don't like
one.
this board.
There's one line on this board that I think all of us have an eye on.
It's Troy's wins.
But
baby.
Troy, here's the thing.
Troy, are you going to hit these?
Well, here's the thing. Troy just said earlier he doesn't give two shits about wins. He's all about that Dragon Rider shot. So, do we see the return of the workhorse?
No.
So you're gonna play flashy?
I'm playing fucking Wingman.
Okay.
Wingman first round. I'm playing Bow every other round.
I'm
where I
not
can buy it.
necessarily scared
It's so
by that.
fun, dude.
I'm
It's
not
so
necessarily
fun.
scared by that.
The Bow is fucking mean as
But
fuck.
he got 3 wins.
Like he did that and
He
got.
did only get 3 wins.
He did that and got 3.
As
wins.
much as I love you as Dragon Rider, but you got 3 wins last week. I just want to throw that.
Now
Listen.
Brian put a prop bet for the week underlined on this piece of paper, and for the long time we've been recording Knox, but we
Yeah.
haven't made
I
it a
think
bet.
we should make
For-
Knox a real thing.
Well, I was thinking about this
honestly,
though.
I just have to print out more sheets. They will be. I will let you guys know right now. Knox will be a consistent stat that is tracked and bet on starting next week.
Okay, we can say that. But then I was also thinking this. Brian gave me an extra line on my paper when I was recording, and any time that this is just a personal thing, when I dominate and we have a 3-0, I like to put perfect because I like to see how many times I do really well and get a perfect. Potential prop bet, how many perfects you get throughout the week.
Perfect 3 O's.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
3-0
just the
wins.
number of 3-0 wins. Doesn't have to be in order. Does not a perfect quarter.
You want to do
Not a
over
perfect
under
half.
how many 3-0 wins you get?
Well, we'd have to wait until Brian can calculate that. But
If-
maybe
and
we
listen.
should start calculating it. He left an extra line for us on the paper.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So
throw it in there.
yeah, everyone on their sheet will write it down,
Keep
and
track of your 3-0s
the
and
prop
keep track
the
of your
prop
prop
X
bets.
stat is perfect game.
Perfect game.
Dude, the SBMM just changes so much.
It's so up
that's
and
what's
down.
wild.
dude.
It's like It really does feel like you're playing a different game.
I will say this: the SBMM, as much as it changes like from match to match, as a 12-game sample, consistently every week we are playing just as many rounds as the weeks before. Okay. Which to me that says we're playing against competition that's similar every week that we're going in.
Okay.
So it's
I've been at 55 for the last 3 weeks, I think. Yeah. 55 rounds.
This board is tough because like the lines are so close that it's almost like you want to go under on most of your bets this week. Because they're just so close that one game can change everything.
But if they hit that, you're fucked, man.
Yeah.
Especially
but if you go Gift of the Allfather on the lock, which I'm not even sure it's a lock anymore.
I'm not sure it's a lock.
I don't know if it's a lock.
Brian's like assists or kills is a lock.
I will tell you right now,
which one it is.
Nobody has lost money on a bet on me yet at this table. When people have bet on me, whether it's over or under, nobody has lost money on me.
Well, those have all been pretty obvious bets up until now.
This one's
I don't know about
this one's a 50-50 because like either you hit the assists and you don't get the kills, or you hit the kills and you don't get the assists.
The rounds won as well would have been a payout as well. I've hit my lines on that, so I will say that I have hit my lines. My wins for the past 3 weeks, I have hit 7 wins on the dot.
Yeah, but that's a push. You don't want to push.
You can bet. What if you bet the push?
You could bet the push, but that's fucking if they hit over or under.
I would say
that's the most consistent stat on the table right now.
Brian, if you really want to make this a better card for us, you put 0.5s on only wins.
0.5s on only wins.
Yes.
Bro, you know how fucked that is?
But that's what I'm saying. So we don't have to deal with pushes on wins at least.
Just for the audience, a 0.5
so real.
Would make a gigantic difference.
Basically, so for the audience, what a 0.5 does to the lines is if I set Wyatt's line at 7.5 and we're betting over or under, we're either saying he will get 7 wins or 8. Somebody's getting paid out. Somebody's losing.
It's razor thin.
Nobody is going to be able to get a push on it. And
you lose money.
Somebody's going to lose money. Somebody's going to make a ton of money.
That makes actually Brian's wins more appealing.
Yeah. Well, it makes Troy's wins more appealing.
Come on.
For the under.
Oh, you fucking...
Okay, but
it's because now you're saying
that means you've got to get 5 wins.
You have to get 5 wins.
If you told me you were
going... I got 9
going,
last week.
Are you going to be a workhorse?
Listen, I'm used to the bow.
Are you going to get a workhorse?
Me and the bow are fucking vibing.
But are you vibing though?
But are you a workhorse?
We're vibing so hard.
But are you a workhorse?
I can even make the sound. You want me to make the sound
of a workhorse?
Do it.
You want me to get the bow sound?
Yeah. Make it. Nice.
That was hot.
See, but like, you know how in real sports betting they account for things like the weather and stuff like that in like football games and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same way I'm accounting for the fact that Troy has a new phone with like a bunch of anime chicks, all of his shit.
Dude, the waifu setup.
So I don't know, because that's a factor.
That's a mid-game beat set.
I'm not even joking. That is a factor.
Yeah.
Knowing Troy,
my life is significantly better since I changed phones. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm not. It's significantly better for him, but for us gamblers on this show, it might be worse.
So let's get to it. All the wins have been changed to add a 0.5 to the win column.
So wait, repeat everybody's
let me
wins.
repeat
so
everybody's
go ahead
wins.
and repeat the wins.
Okay, wins are now at 7.5 for me, and halves at 4.5. Total wins for Kyle at 6.5, halves at 3.5. Total wins for Troy at 4.5, halves at 3.5. And total wins for Brian at 7.5, halves at 4.5.
Are you guys fucking serious right now?
This makes a half on Troy way more appealing for the under, because he has to win 50%.
You misread that. That's a 2. Halves at 2.5.
Yeah, but if you bet over, you have to get 3.
Yeah, he's got to get 3.
So if you go under, he just has to get 2, and like that's probably his statistical where he's at.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is a tough board right here.
This is a tough card.
I don't know what to do.
Not for me. Not for me. I already know.
What are you doing?
Because if you can't bet on yourself, who are you going to bet on?
You shut up, Brian. I'm not ever saying that. I haven't said that ever. I'm not saying it now. I'm never saying that.
Wyatt said it. Wyatt said it.
I know. Listen, I know. Everybody said it.
Kyle said it.
I think everybody said it to me.
Wyatt was afraid of the ocean dweller.
I was against my will.
I'm betting.
I was against my will.
How many bones do I have, Brian?
You have 435.
435. I'm betting 1 bone under on Brian's kills. I'm betting 1 bone under on Brian's wins. And I'm betting...
Those are just spikes.
Are you actually making these bets?
Yes.
Yes.
And I am betting 433 bones on my wins second half over.
Second half over. Okay, so he's going second half over. So he's saying he's
I'm gonna
going
get
to
three
get
wins
3 wins in the second
in
half.
my last 6 games.
3 wins in the
Easy,
last
no
6
problem.
games.
All with Bo. With Bo and Wingman. Pop, pop.
Why? Do you have any idea what you're gonna bet for this?
No, I'm thinking.
Holy fuck, man.
Yeah, dude. I set some hard lines. They're supposed to be hard. This shit's not supposed to be easy. No freebies in this shit.
The way Brian's making it is to where it's a lot harder for people to do what Troy just did right now. Because we've done in like past, we've done it so easy where we're like, oh, that's the easiest one, and then we put all of our bones on it, and it just goes insane. What Brian's doing right now is making it harder to do that. Now, Troy still did it, but there's a chance that fails.
There is.
There's
If Troy
a great chance that fails.
but the thing is, if Troy hits this, because that's his gift to the Allfather, which pays out a 2-1.
Yeah.
If we don't
Hit
now,
ours.
if we don't bet big, we're all being passed by Troy. That's an 866 bone profit that he will make off that. He will immediately, if he hits that bet, he becomes Grab My Banner's all-time bone leader
Of all time.
all time. He passes me on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if my pride will let that happen.
So
I
you
don't
might
think
have to
you
bet
can.
the same thing and go down with the ship if it goes down.
So Troy, in honor of what I did to Kyle, 434 bones
Fuck.
over
What a dick move.
on Troy's second half wins.
He's going down with the ship. You got to respect that. He's going down with the ship. He is saying, if you're going to go down, I'm going with you. But if you go up,
here's the
I will
thing.
be better than
But
you.
here's the thing. I still have close to another 300 bones sitting in my bank that I don't have to worry about.
This is why I always made you go first.
Yeah.
Is because you do shit like this. I swear to God. You always would say, no, my shit's solid. I wrote it down ahead of time. I even blew on it. My ink is all dry. You son of a bitch. That
You
was
can see my-
100% based on what I did. You
Well,
fucking,
yeah,
how could you do that?
Clearly, I've
That's
not written
that
it
is
yet.
a fucking scum lord
you know,
move right there, dude.
I heard no complaints last week when I did it to Kyle.
That's gross. Well, Kyle wasn't there. That was his fault for not showing up.
Yeah,
No,
fucking bitch.
Well,
How dare
listen,
you, man? Listen, every week you were like, no, man,
Listen,
I write
you
it ahead
guys
of
are
time.
lucky I wasn't
I don't
there last
change
week.
my shit based on what you do. Unbelievable, man.
You guys were lucky I wasn't there last week with all the shit talking you fucking
So
did.
much.
Listen.
there was so much.
And then
Okay.
I ended up getting the wins and getting the fucking shot.
Without our shit talking, you would not have hit the shot.
That's right.
No,
Definitely
that was
not.
mo-
Because
that
you
was
were-
mo-
Listen,
needed to
I was
push
under
you.
pressure. Let me tell you.
You
After I
needed
listened to the show,
motivation.
I was fucking sweating. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, I got to hit this shot.
You even converted me, Kyle.
Yeah,
That was-
like
that
you
was
had to
insane.
hit the shot.
I
So
was
that
clapping.
that's just something you had to do.
Dude,
Kyle, do you have your card ready to go?
So,
Oh, you want to know what's? You know what the lock is?
Hmm.
It's me getting 5 wins and a half. With my SPMM, that's not fucking happening. I would have to just get.
tough.
I would have to get a perfect thing.
Yeah, right.
Probably
Or
had.
it's a push.
That's the lock, but I can't bet on that.
Sorry, B.
Yeah, that's the lock. That's the hole in this card. All right, Kyle, you got your card ready to go.
Okay. I've got 50 bones on Wyatt's first half wins under.
Okay.
Okay. I got 60 bones on Troy's second quarter wins over because
Let's go, baby.
Second
we're
half.
going
Second half.
second half wins over because we're going down with the ship.
Riders.
Riders. And I have 600 bones on my kills over.
That is Kyle. You're close to winning this fucking thing.
Listen, baby, you either bet it all and win it all, or you do nothing. You're either going
Oh,
last, you're going down
no.
with the ship, or you're winning
Bro,
the
what the
fucking holy
fuck?
grail of gold, baby.
Babs is such a layup. What are you doing,
What
man?
are you doing?
Listen, I'm in the ship full of money, baby. That's where we're at.
Oh no.
Show me the money.
You're
Give
on
me
your-
the bone. Show me the money.
You're in the ship full of money on your way to the bottom of the ocean.
That's where it's at,
You're
baby.
sinking, boy.
Under the sea. Ba, 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 ba.
All All right, Brian, finish your card.
All right. So I already said I had 434 bones over on Troy's second half wins.
My 600 bone bet is my gift to the Allfather.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I have 50 bones over on my own total assist, because if you can't bet on yourself, who the fuck you gonna bet on?
Yes, sir.
And then I've got 200 bones under on Wyatt's first half wins.
Okay. Yeah. I am sitting here at a blank card because I have no idea what to do. But if I'm going to lose, which I think I am, I'm 300 behind the next person. I'm going to have to go hard.
You have to go all in.
I'm going to have
you
to
and
go
Troy
all
have
in.
to go all in.
So my thing is, I either have to go all in with Kyle or I have to go all in with Troy. I can't go all in with you because I can't bet an under on myself.
Bro, look at me.
Well, I'm all in on 2 fucking slots for your bankroll.
Listen, forget him. All right, he doesn't matter. All right, look at me. I got this.
Now.
Yours was the second half over on your wins.
I got it.
Think he can get 3 wins in 6 games?
Yeah.
That's a 50%.
You know what?
You think he can get 50%?
I got it.
You showed me the way. I am going 468 on Kyle's kills over.
Are you really?
showed me the way, yes. I'd rather go to... Listen, Kyle's just makes more sense.
You're so dumb.
It just makes more sense. You showed me the way.
So 1 bone.
So I'm going to do 1 bone on Troy's second half wins under.
Under?
Yes.
You're betting
So
against
2.
him.
And then I'm going to go... I'll bet on myself. I'll go with one bone on my total wins over.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yeah. I had to do it.
Wait, listen. How could he not? How could he not do that to the person who abandoned the faction that he had to take over? He had to take over because you abandoned it.
I had to do it.
See what a workhorse will do? They'll leave for the next best thing.
I'm literally filling in for the workhorses, and I don't even want to be here.
Listen,
Their facilities are torn to shreds. It smells like shit in here.
there's
You left it
Spitfire holes
dismantled.
everywhere.
Exactly. This is going to be a very interesting week next week.
Kyle, what was your bets again?
My bets are 600 bones on myself for my kills over. That's my gift to the Allfather. 60 bones on Troy's second quarter wins over because
go,
you
baby.
part of the ship, part of the crew, baby.
Let's go, baby.
50 bones on Wyatt's wins on the first half under.
How are we not
So-
disqualifying
You can't do that.
this guy
Yeah, I can.
for being a copying bitch?
have-
How are you not
No, 'cause you
disqualifying this guy?
You're betting 720 right now. You said 50 or 60 for the last one.
50.
Oh, I think you said 60.
No, 50.
Okay, so
710. I know how much I
It was 50 under or over.
50 under.
Are you serious?
On-
either way, next week, you guys know that this is
On
the
his
last
wins.
week.
White's first half wins.
This is the last week because the rank split is next week.
Yeah.
So next week's show is either going to be the richest we've all ever been.
Wait, hold
or
on.
it's-
Wait, hold on. I hit mine. I break Brian's record, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you hit yours. You do break my record.
But if he hits his, he might break it
Literally.
as well.
if I hit it,
You hit all
There's
your bets.
listen. I have to hit all my
no
bets.
way of winning. I have zero way because he copied my bet. I have no way of winning. I literally have to throw. I'm just gonna sink you so that the only people that can win are these two.
You motherfucker!
I'm getting 0
That is
wins
so
on the second half.
That is so spiteful.
You fucking
That is
dirty
actually-
bitch!
that
How
is-
can you bet 1 bone more than me? You scumlord! How
Listen,
dare you?
I am calling it
part of the
throwing.
ship, part of the crew.
Throwing.
We'll have to bring it in front of a kangaroo court
Listen.
if this happens.
Throwing was automatically against the initial rules of playing this gambling
It is.
system.
So is
started
copying your fellow
from the
man.
beginning.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't.
Bro, we're either
we
can't
follow
throw.
each other's
this is
bets
going to
all
be the
time.
most interesting week next week
You
because
can't prove that I'm throwing.
we will all finish
You're
either
such a
dead
bitch,
last. We will all finish.
Such a fucking workhorse thing.
That is a workhorse
Such a
move. You don't
workhorse
do
move.
that here.
We will all finish the
Dragon Rider.
poorest we've ever finished, or we will all finish the richest we've ever finished.
Or
think-
some will be absolutely broke and some will be rich.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, straight up, if either I don't hit my bet or Troy doesn't hit it,
Well,
somebody's broke.
The thing is, even if Kyle doesn't hit his, he bet on other things. So if those at least win, then he'll be fine. I just had to go all in if there's any chance I have it winning this fucking thing. Like, I had to throw all of it. Troy had to throw all of it. And Brian has some extra money. So it's
I
really...
still have extra in the bank.
Yeah, so
You guys could all fucking bankrupt and I still win.
Yeah, so Brian is probably just going to win. Because we just... Unless you win. Unless Kyle hits his bet.
Kyle's the only person that can actually beat me
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
I
Kyle
have this
has to
locked.
win his bet.
Unless Kyle hits his bet. And regardless whether or not Troy throws or not, if Kyle doesn't hit his bet, I still win.
I had to go down with the ship. Because I just didn't have enough. I didn't juice it
Just,
out.
hey, listen,
So,
listen. You're
Troy,
you're
even if
second
you throw,
place if
It doesn't
I
matter.
win.
It's all
No,
contingent
'cause-
on Kyle.
Because here's the thing. Because he still saved a bunch.
I still have bones saved.
If you
and I
don't win, but you win other bets, then you're second.
and I've
then-
got 200 bones on the bet that you have with Wyatt, which would be the one that saves your ass.
Shit.
Yeah.
I have mine diversified to where the only way I lose is you have to hit your bet.
You have to hit it.
Big dick energy.
That's probably the most pressure you've ever had, even when you fucked me and Troy a few seasons ago.
Listen, all I know is you're either going to come in dead fucking last again or you're going to come in first place.
I don't think he gets in last because even if he
Oh, no, he doesn't.
loses,
He can.
I'm going to be last.
No, Wyatt will be last with 2
Because
bones.
he has 50 on one and
He
50,
could have
60
4
on
bones.
another.
Why could have 4 bones?
I
at
could
the
end up
of
with
this?
4.
Okay.
Oh, Wyatt.
One
What?
Yeah.
of the bets that you set out for yourself, I'm sorry, but your wins is just way too fucking high to bet on, dog. I don't know why you put 1 bone on that.
Oh, well, I mean, just 1 bone.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
so,
that's tough.
Bone zone.
yeah. And honestly, 1 bone isn't going to make me or break. Honestly, I'm not even going for first at this point because I went toe-to-toe with Kyle. The only thing I can do is not get last if those two lose.
Very true.
Yeah,
Then
you're playing. You and Troy right now are playing.
If you
for
win,
third.
though, you get second place, and if you win,
No,
and
'cause
Troy
Brian-
loses-
No, because of me.
Brian diversified.
Listen, I diversified. I have 434 bones on the same bet Troy does. So if Troy hits his line, I'm still ahead of him.
It's literally
If
just
Troy loses his line, I still have a 200 bone bet on Wyatt's under on his wins and 50 bones on my total assists.
it's just
And
a
then
race
bones in the
for
bank.
first here between you two. That's it. That's the only race
like
here. The only race here. Me and Troy can't go negative like you did. We can't do that. But
How did you go that negative
Yeah.
in so few
Listen,
weeks?
me and Troy are out. We're done.
This will be the greatest triumph of all time if I hit this. I want you to know that.
It
'Cause
better
then
be a
I will hold the record
You
for
better
most
do it.
bones
Yes.
and least bones.
You better do it with the final kill to break your line with a 360 sentinel shot.
I'm
That
gonna do
would,
my best.
dude. How funny would it be if he pushes?
43.
Oh. Holy
That'd be
shit!
so fucking
if you
funny,
hit
dude.
43 on the dot and you push your line, you could actually still beat me. You can win. So if Troy loses if Troy misses his line, the over on his line, you can beat me with a push or with a hit on your line.
We got this, baby.
You have to
gotta
at
do that.
least push to give yourself a better chance. As soon as you do that, you have a better chance. But until you get 43 fucking kills, you ain't doing shit.
You have to average 3.5 kills a game.
I was hitting 48 and 49 the past 2 weeks. I just hit 39 last week, so it dropped my fucking thing.
I'm just saying, you just have to average 3.5 a game. More like 3.6.
So you gonna play with me and Dallin again?
No.
No.
Mm.
So Kyle's win line would have been a lock as well because he does not get wins. He just gets kills.
Yeah.
That's it.
Me and Troy are basically trying to fight to not be last.
Exactly right.
And so I've been last once. Have you been last?
Yeah.
He's been last once.
I've been last.
You've been last once.
I think he's been last once.
Hey,
But it
baby.
wasn't the best loser.
True.
Yeah. What is
Nobody won last season, I don't think. Who won last season?
I don't know. I still remember Kyle
guys-
losing.
Hey,
400
I remember
bones.
Kyle
Negative,
being the-
400 here, baby.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Jeez, what happened last season?
I'm
I don't
throwing
know.
so hard. Fuck you, Brian. Yeah.
All right, boys, that's a good way to wrap up the show. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. We'll be back next week for episode number 40, which will be a huge milestone for us. Also, don't forget to, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you like the show, please give us a review. It really helps us out on the boards and everything with that. We've already got a lot of reviews from you guys, but if you guys want, set up a review if you appreciate the show. Even if you hate it, just be like, that one guy fucking sucks. Whatever. Give us a review. It helps us out. No matter what, we appreciate you guys for listening, and we will catch you guys on next week's episode.
Dragon Riders, baby. Peace.